Hello everyone and welcome to the Mayfair Lady show, episode number 3. Thank you so much for joining me. And here is Leo, here with us as usual. Say hi, Leo. In case you're wondering, my arm has fully recovered, so I am able to play for you in this episode. I will be performing a song that I wrote with wonderful songwriter and my good friend David Boyden called Come Back to London. After my performance, I will be joined by David in a meeting where we will be discussing the songwriting process of Come Back to London and co-writing in general. I hope this will bring you some insight into how I write my songs and also be of interest for you. So please let me know what you think in the comments as I'll be answering them live. Enjoy the show and see you after.
Do you want to leave Berlin? Are you feeling lost and jaded? Are you fading trying to make it? If you wanna leave the place you're in, there's a bed for you in London. And I could look up all the new clubs to go to and show you the way things changed since you left me here. If you want to try and feel 18 again, then we could go right back to how we used to be. If you wanna come back to London cause you feel like you left something behind you, I wouldn't lie to try and help you to find it. If you want, if you wanna come back to London cause you feel you need somebody to hold you, you know I could be the one that you turn to when you want. Do you miss the way we loved as we walked along the river every morning in the winter? Don't you miss the way we danced in silence in the hallway on that rainy April Fool's Day? And I could show you all the places I go to and show you the ways I've changed since you left me here. Cause I want to try and feel 18 again, and I want to go right back to how it used to be. If you wanna come back to London cause you feel like you left something behind you, I would like to try and help you to find it. If you want, if you wanna come back to London cause you feel you need someone to hold you, and you know I could be the one that you turn to when you want. So let me in when you can, when you're ready to let go of your past, when you're ready to let go of Berlin, and you let me in again. If you wanna come back to London cause you feel like you left something behind you, I would like to try and help you to find it. If you want, if you wanna come back to London cause you feel you need somebody to hold you, yeah, you know I could be the one that you turn to when you want, when you want.
Hi David, thank you so much for joining me today. It's really nice to have you here. I'm so glad that you're joining us on the Mayfair Lady show. The reason why I really wanted you to be here with us is because, of course, we wrote the song together, Come Back to London, which this episode is pretty much all about. but also because I want to give my fans and my audience a little bit of an insight on creative process and how the whole songwriting happens, because it's different really for every song. A couple of years ago, I used to play the part of the sad artist who would write songs out of her own life experiences, but that also meant that I kind of had to be sad all the time. I've had to change my thinking and the way I write songs over the past couple of years because I'm actually really happy now, which is great. You have to find different ways of inspiration. And that's definitely why I joined the master's course where you and I met. And it's great that we met because we started collaborating on different things. I know, David, that you are a very experienced co-writer. We have written so far 2 songs together, one for the very specific Mayfair Lady project, which is something that I will share later down the line, and also Come Back to London, which is, let's say, a more singer-songwriter pop song, which I hope to release very soon. But our fans tonight get a preview of the live acoustic version. So I want to ask you, as an experienced co-writer, by now you've written songs with a number of different people. What does co-writing mean to you and how did you get into it? For the master's course, if I remember correctly, you focused your MRP on co-writing. So can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, for sure. I started the master's knowing that I just wanted to go into collaborative songwriting and not have an artist project of my own, but to just write with and for other people. The real thing I get from music, really, I really enjoy the writing side and getting stuck in and taking songs apart and working through that side of it. I'm less interested in the pursuing of an artist project. I'm at my nature a songwriter, and I really enjoy jumping around from project to project, working with lots of different people to help them realize their goals and ambitions and get what they want from their songs. I know we've written a few songs together, and I've obviously seen a lot of the songs you've written from when we're on the masters together, so I have a bit of a feel for how you write and your influences and stuff like that. So if we were to go in and write a third song, I think I'd have a bit more of an idea of how you operate than somebody who I've not written with before.
Since you mentioned that your main focus is just songwriter, you don't perform the songs that you write, which is actually quite rare because most songwriters are also performing the songs.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful to have someone like you who is focusing just on the songwriting part, the lyrics and the melody. So what would you say, as a collaborative songwriter, what would you say is your main goal? What do you aim to achieve when you are writing with someone like me, for example, who is a performing singer-songwriter?
I think the bottom line really is just to get a song that you're both very proud of, you feel represents the artist's voice, is ideally something that fits within the surroundings of their project. Everything's different. Sometimes you'll write with somebody specifically for a project. Sometimes it's more they just want to build a pool of songs they can draw from to release. Sometimes I'll write for a brief with a performing artist. I guess the bottom line is having a song you both feel represents the aim for which you set out. It's something I've had to learn, and particularly when I was doing my major repertoire project on collaboration and co-writing. One of the real things I had to learn is not just to go after the song and just to focus on the song itself. It's something I've spoken a couple of times with Ollie Rockberger about, our former tutor and incredible musician, songwriter. And one of the best bits of advice he gave me was to not chase the idea of the song and to see the finished song as the end goal, but just to work on the relationship and to build a relationship with somebody in the room. And from that, more often than not, a better song will emerge.
That's very, very good advice, actually, of course. We're all guilty of just putting too much pressure on the song when there's a lot to the co-writing process, songwriting process. Yeah,
100%. I'm in a band as well, the Long Island. So that's, I guess, my equivalent of the artist project. But for me, as the behind the scenes songwriter, it's like a lot of the time it's only if the song is released that I kind of get the public credit. So it's quite easy to get quite cynical about like kind of just writing in a way that is going to increase the chances of it making it out into the public. But really that's not how the best songs get written. I think really just focusing on being there alongside the artist and accompanying them through their process.
And before we dig into our song, Come Back to London, can you tell our listeners what are you working on currently? How are you keeping busy? Because I'm aware that you are doing lots of co-writes and also tutoring as well. And also, do you have any of your co-writes being released soon?
I guess the most immediate bit of news is I've got a co-write with Sven Ross coming out next Friday, and I know you've also got a release coming out on Friday.
Yes,
so,
we'll have to celebrate. We'll be having a Mayfair Lady release party, which you can definitely join if you want to celebrate your release as well.
Got a bunch of other stuff in the pipeline. So I've got a few more with Sven coming out. Been writing with some really cool artists. Friend Hannah Luna, Fran Morris, friend of ours.
Love Fran, she's amazing.
Yesterday. Yeah, a few people who are currently at ICMP, friends Beatrice and Phil, Kurt Wheatley, who's one of the most incredible singers I've ever heard. So I really recommend everyone check out all these folks.
That's amazing. And I'm so glad you're keeping so busy during these weird times. It's really great to have our music to keep us going, I think. 100%. So well done to you. I'm going to screen share the draft of Come Back to London so that our viewers can see. While I do that, would you mind telling us a little bit about your experience of writing with me and how this song came about? Because I remember being a bit shy in sending you the material because I didn't think much of it. But actually, you were the one who encouraged us to work on what I had. And I'm so glad that you did because I'm really pleased with the song now.
Oh, yeah, there are a few ideas you sent, and that one particularly jumped out to me. The melodies you had and the chords just stood out as being something I definitely thought we could have a crack at. And I'm quite drawn to songs that mention places. When I was writing more for myself, I had reams of songs that mention places. I think there's an interesting specificity in that because people tend to bring their own associations of what a place represents, which I find really interesting. And in our early discussion, we spoke a lot about the notions of what Berlin and London can mean.
I remember I had this idea of Berlin as quite a grey and cold city, and also picturing the person that I'm singing to feeling cold and being in that sort of sad state of mind.
Yeah.
That's how the idea came about. And then we started talking about who are these two characters. We came up with the backstories to two people that used to be together when they were 18 at university. And then as they grew older and moved to different places because of life, losing touch, but never stopping to love each other. Yeah, as you can see here, we were writing down notes. What's the backstory? Who are the characters? That's us coming up with the questions, trying to answer these questions before we even started thinking about how to continue with the lyrics.
And I think that's the benefit of co-writing, collaborating, is it allows one person to pick the brains of the other a bit. And something I always try and do is spend quite a bit of time excavating ideas. And as shown there, we've got pages and pages of notes. I think it's really important to get more stuff than you actually use and to really figure out what the song is you want to write, what the essence of the song is, and how you want to express it. It comes with the redrafting process as well, going through it. And I think having a second person there can really help to bounce those ideas and ask hopefully the right questions, or at least ask questions to get you thinking about it in a different way.
Yeah, an important thing is to not get discouraged when things don't come straight away. Because it did take us 2 sessions, which is really not that much, but to good 4-hour sessions to kind of get the first draft of this song done.
Yeah.
And then once it was done, going back and forth between voice notes and I shared a Google Doc like this one to finalize the whole thing.
Yeah.
I am really pleased with this song. So super grateful to you for wanting to write with me and, you know, initiating the process. You know, I fully believe that you are only going to get better as a co-writer, and you know, you are paving your way to amazing success. So I'm very happy to have written with you, and I hope that we can continue to do so in the future. Now, be honest with me, would you say that Come Back to London is one of your favorite co-writes?
Yeah, no, it's sincerely.
And I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no, it's no, it really is. I think it's going back over it the last few days feels very natural and very complete, and I think that that's what I look for in songs I co-write. Coming to a very natural conclusion, I think it's really nice. And the other thing is there's the Rick Rubin line about like, if the bridge isn't the best bit of the song, it doesn't need to be there. And listening back to it, I really love the bridge in this, and verse 2 I think is one of the most like visual verses of any co-write I've been involved in.
Yeah, and I must say this verse 2 was pretty much all of your ideas, because you were the one who said, let's put these very vivid images in the lyrics, like walking along the river every morning in the winter.
I'm blowing my own trumpet now by saying I like that part, but
no, it's lovely, and it's very London. You know, a lot of people walk along the Thames to get to work every morning. Obviously not in a pandemic, because everybody's working from home. But in normal circumstances, that's what people do. It's very London, the song. At the same time, it's also, I don't know, very Berlin. At least I feel that way. And to me, it's successful because it really tells a story, I find. And it's a story that many people can relate to. It sounds very much to me like it could be a Lana song, who, of course, everyone knows I love Lana Del Rey so much. But obviously, it has the Mayfair Lady and the David Boyden touch to it. So I'm really happy.
As I've said before, it's a song that works very well in a stripped down setting and has potential to be dressed up really nicely. So it's got a versatility to it that's always a good sign. Yeah, it's cool.
I'd love to know what everybody thinks about the song. So be sure to mention what you think in the comments. Follow David's work, because he's got amazing things coming up. A song as well next week, same day as my next song, Reality Check, which we shall celebrate. We should celebrate the release of more great music into the world. Thank you so much, David, for joining me. It's been such a pleasure to have you today, and also to write with you. I hope that we get to do it again very soon.
Same,
and, I wish you fantastic success and all the best for the future.
Thank you. Well, thanks so much for having me. And yeah, likewise, really enjoyed writing the song, and yeah, look forward to whenever the next one is.
Thank you.
No worries. Cool.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
So that was David Boyden, everyone. Thank you again so much, David, for joining me on the Mayfair Lady show. I hope that you all enjoyed listening to our song Come Back to London, and that you found our conversation interesting and insightful. As mentioned, next Friday is the release of Reality Check. If you haven't done so yet, please pre-save the song via the link in the description. Pre-saving really helps me, as it sends good data to Spotify and therefore helps me grow on the platform. If you are new to this channel and you like what you see, then please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe, because that really helps me as well. That's it for tonight, my friends. I will see you next week for another episode of the Mayfair Lady Show release special. For now, Leo and I would like to wish you a lovely evening and a fantastic weekend ahead. We'll see you on the next one.